Annyeonghaseyo, hello and welcome. Let me turn on this gain a little bit. Like hearing my air conditioning. Okay, that sounds a little bit better. All right, welcome. It is dating sim night. I haven't had one of these in a while because for like, Jesus, the past, I don't know, two, three, it was like forever, weeks ago, or weeks since. I haven't been able to like get a stream for Sifting Time started. Sifting Time and Gold, or what is it? Pocket Watch. No, God. Pocket Mirror Goldener Trom. I haven't been able to get streams for these two games started in weeks. And it's not great. It's not great. So I figured I was going to start off this week with a stream for those two games specifically. Because I want to break this fucking curse that won't let me play these games. So here I am. And we're going to be playing those games tonight. I'm going to just do Sifting Time for like an hour, maybe two. Because I really want to get into the Pocket Mirror. I always want to say Pocket Watch. I don't know why. Pocket Mirror Goldener Trom game. Because it's I do believe made by the same people who made Little Goody Two Shoes. So it's that same art style, that same like RPG maker kind of look to it. Almost like Corpse Party sort of look to it. And I'm just really excited. I'm really excited. But I'm also excited to see the cute boys in Sifting Time again. So we'll get into that. Hold on, moving my water to window just a little bit. There we go. Also, I don't know why it took me so long to do this, but I finally put my calibration key on a hotkey so I can just do it on my keyboard. I don't have to go into Watertown and do it anymore. I don't know why it took me so long to do that, but here we are. I was adding a little special something to the Incubus redeem. I don't know why I'm hiding it. I was already talking about it last week. Or the week before? Whenever I debuted the Incubus redeem. I said I was going to make a chat command to pull my tail. And I did. It exists now. It's a real thing. So you can now do that. A message will pop up if it gets redeemed and it'll show the chat command for it. It only gets activated with the Incubus redeem. So you can't just like pull my non-existent tail right now. That's not how this works. You have to have redeemed the Incubus redeem so that model pops up. Yeah, I had to figure out how to like animate in Unity, and it's not like a perfect animation or anything. I just kind of figured out how to like lift my hips and like upper leg in the little position or the little pose I should say that my Incubus model is in. So it's just kind of like a little the hard part was figuring out the fucking tail, but Waterdo, I don't know, they count for fucking everything. They have like, I had to detach the tail on my Incubus model and make it a prop for Waterdo and then attach it in Waterdo. So that was like a separate entity. And then they have like a tail asset that you can then manipulate, make wave. And it's a IK, inverse kinematic. Is that right? I think that's right. And that specific setting in the tail asset, you can have it like point to something. So you could have it like point to your hand, so you could like grab your tail with your hand. Or in my case, I put it to point towards an anchor, which would then be kind of like the I guess viewer kind of yanking the tail. And I had to activate that while at the same time then activating my new little animation, which was hard to figure out how to fucking make in Unity. Like I said, I've never animated in Unity before. So that was an adventure. It was super duper fast at the beginning. And then when I finally got it converted into a Waterdo, I guess character animation file, it was too slow. So where I have it now, it works, but it is just a little bit delayed. Just like half a second delayed. But I think it's okay. It works. I made audio for it. 2 separate little audio sounds. So I moaned into a mic for you. So forgive me for the janky animation. You get moans instead. Okay? Okay? You can forgive me for that, yeah? Okay. Anywho, we don't have a manhwa rec for tonight, but we do have something else. This is a bit different. Usually I have read or interacted with something that I'm about to rec before, but I haven't actually read this yet. I plan to, but I haven't yet. However, it is within the realm of things that I've already wrecked before, and it is what they say in the kids language these days. It is my brand, and you'll see why. So let me first, what should I do first? I'll show the cover first, because they have a trailer for this specific thing as well. So we're going to be showing that. But first, I'll show you the cover. The villainess wants her prince to live. Already sounds like something right up my alley, right? Well, let me get the official summary up. Because like I said, I haven't actually read this yet. However, it was made by Save the Villainess, the studio who's making that game, Save the Villainess, which I am a beta player for. I've played the beta demo. I've given feedback. It's great. I follow this studio on Twitter. They're amazing. They like just like my random little shit posts once in a while. So I love them. I would die for them. And I'm really excited for Save the Villainess. Like I said, right up my alley. It's an otome game. I am so excited for it. It's gorgeous. The studio they got for it, Somate or Somate Studios. Probably Somate. Their art is just juicy. Chef's kiss. The juiciest chef's kiss. My goodness. But yeah, let me... I'll pull up the... because I will go ahead and spoil it. Spoil. As if it's like a big, shocking surprise. It's on Tapas. It's a novel. It's like a prequel to the game they're going to be putting out, the Save the Villainess game. It's a prequel to that, which I think is just fucking cool as shit. Because just, you don't really get, like, not that I can think of anyway, like stories based off otome games. It's usually like a story that was then like made into an otome game, rather than like the otome game was made and then people made stories based off that, you know, wasn't fan fiction, like official works. So that's kind of wild to me. Sorry, need some water. But yeah, I'm really excited for this. Where is the summary? Here we go. Okay, so here's the official summary. Lady Regina Sheridan can see the future. Unfortunately, the future says that she will be executed as a villainess unless she can keep her new fiancé, Prince Artem Alpin, alive. The future also tells her something is hunting Artem, and that he has the survival instincts of a goldfish. You know what? Same. I also have the survival instincts of a goldfish, so I can relate. Please, universe, the villainess wants her prince to live. A prequel to Save the Villainess, which I think is just fucking cool. I do believe, is Regina? Hold on. I don't think her name is Regina. Sometimes I'm just really bad at remembering names. What is the main character's name? I could have sworn it was like something that starts with L. Hold on a second. Give me a second. By the way, if you're into like otome games, hey, Nevermore, welcome. I'm in my manhwa rec stage, only it's not a manhwa rec today, it's a novel rec. and it's a very brand new one. It's a prequel based off an Ultimate game that I plan to play when it eventually comes out. I played the beta demo for the game, and it's just so good. So good. What the hell am I doing? Hey, thanks for the check-in. Desktop audio is muted, so you won't hear this. Thank goodness. Okay. Why did I go here? I should go to there. Here we go. Where's her name? Where's the character names? Characters. Okay, her name's Jane. Yeah, so this isn't the character you'll be playing in the game. I knew it wasn't that Regina wasn't her name. Yeah. Jane's my mom's name. So it's like that name stuck with me, and yet I couldn't for the life of me fucking remember. But yeah. So she's the fiance of Prince Artem? Isn't he? Oh, okay. Edmund Alpin is one of the male love interests in the game. Yes. I'm glad we could share that brainworm too. Like legit, when you were describing, tangent for anybody who may be watching the VOD later on and has no idea what the hell we're going to be talking about. Looks like me making one too many jokes getting me in trouble. But yeah, Nevermore here was like telling me about his soldier character who I plan to like draw some I guess I wouldn't call it smutty, like sultry, suggestive, sexy art of my incubus and his dirty soldier. And I do mean like literally dirty, because guy just came from war. But yeah, dirty hot soldier. So he was like describing the soldier to me, because I was like, hey, I need a description so that I know what I'm drawing. And the way he described it was just perfect, because that's exactly what I was fucking imagining. God, what was the name? Michael Fassbender? Did I say that right? Michael Fassbender? Fassbender? I'm gonna say Fassbender. Yeah. Just, God, yeah. And like the first image that pops up, because you said he has like, it's like short but also kind of long cropped hair. Let me pull up Discord. What was your exact description here? Description. Short and shaggy, yeah. So it's like, it's not like long, but it is kind of like a little shaggy. So yeah, that first picture that shows up, he's on, oh God, I know this show. God, it's that British show. What the fuck is it called? What is that show? I love watching clips from that fucking show. What is it? One of these fucking things tell me. It's like at the tip of my brain. The Graham Norton Show. I didn't see it. Nobody fucking said it. But I actually remembered this time on my own. A miracle, I know. But yeah. He was on the Graham Norton Show. And he has like this kind of like... I guess it's neat, but it kind of also looks a little messy. Like slicked back. Slightly shaggy long hair. Not like super duper long. Just like behind the ears. Length. It's piercing eyes. Yeah, it's like Michael Fassbender with Cillian Murphy's eyes is what I have in my head. And when you said both of those guys, I was like, fucking yes. That's what I was gonna draw. And like, is it that level of beard too? Because you said like full close cropped beard. Why do I get rid of Discord whenever I'm done looking at one thing? Because I'm always gonna go back and look at another thing. Close crop full beard. And Michael. I also close this. Yeah, he's got like it's a bit thin, so I'd probably make it a bit thicker than that, but it's like very close cropped. So that's what I was gonna go for. So that's like, meaty, great, perfect. I already know that the incubus is gonna have like a hand under his chin, just to like touch that beard, because hell yeah. Give me the scruffy. But anywho, back to the novel recommendation. Off that tangent. Excellent, hell yeah. It's gonna be good. I'm excited to use that reference too. That same website that I got that reference from, that I put in the Discord, it had like 4 or 5 other pictures, and I was like, oh, these are all good. Some with the sexy girl sitting in the guy's lap. Other ones, like the one I was imagining was basically the one that I posted. Maybe like flip-flopped just a bit so that they're like facing opposite directions. But yeah, I was like, oh, that's fucking perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. But anyway, for realsies this time, back to the rec, because they put up a trailer on their YouTube channel for this novel, and I actually haven't watched it yet. I've watched like the first couple seconds because it autoplays. But yeah, so I'll have to put the desktop audio on. We'll go ahead and hide these for now. And get where is it? This one. There it is. Alright. The villainess wants her prince to live. A prequel to save the villainess. So if it's not the prince character that's from the game, the Edmund Alpin, and it was, sorry. What was his name? So this is Edmund Alpin. This is the guy who's going to be in the game, who I was thinking of. I'm like, wait, he had a fiance? But no, this is Artem Alpin right here. Artem Alpin. So maybe it's like his brother. Thank you. Bacardi, welcome. It's not a stream without Bacardi in it. So we're going to watch the trailer for this novel for the first time. I'm excited. It's not very long. It's only 27 seconds. So, I'll turn it down to half volume because, well, my desktop volume is pretty low. We'll do full volume. Hopefully it won't blast out your ears, but we'll find out. So, I'm going to play it, now. Okay, I lied. That volume's actually pretty loud. I'll put it to like right here. Okay, start over. You're totally fine. I started like, oh God, 30 minutes in after I hit start, because I hit start. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do my stretches. It's going to be like maybe 10 minutes and then we're going to start. And then my cats fucking broke something. What the fuck did they even break? I don't remember. I was just like, I heard crashing and I went into panic mode. So then for like 25 minutes, I was just kind of like cleaning up glass and shit. Oh, that's right. I had a glass cup on the counter and Jaeger's fat ass jumped up there and knocked it down. Oh my God. Glass everywhere. Yeah. So you're really not that late. I think I just started like 10 minutes ago. So yeah, nothing has really happened except for I'm wrecking this novel that I haven't read yet. So it's a bit of a weird wreck, but I love the studio who's making the game that this novel is a prequel of. So I'm putting my utter faith in it, and I'm going to wreck it because I'm going to be reading this novel. It's a villainess novel, so that's just like right up my alley. Okay. That's turned down. Everything's good. I'm going to play the trailer. Tapas. Read it on Tapas. I mean, I guess you could read it on Wattpad. I don't fuck with Wattpad. Okay, let me hide that. Where is it? There's. I'll put those back up. Just for a moment. Let me get rid of all my tabs and shit. Okay. Close that. Alrighty. Yeah, so I'm excited for it. It looks like it's gonna be good. So if I had to guess, she's a character unrelated to Jane, who is the main character of the Otome game that this is a prequel of. So she's like another villainess. And she has to save... I'm still in the camp of brother for Edmund. Could be like his dad. Who knows? I don't know what the time frame is of this. Again, I haven't even like read chapter 1 yet. I'm probably gonna do that tonight. I have ink saved on top of this, so I'm probably gonna do that tonight, yeah, after stream. But yeah, so it could be just like a little bit before the main story of the game, or it could be like a couple decades. So hell, it could be his dad. I have no idea. That'd be interesting if it was like his dad and his mom was a dark-haired villainess, and then later down the line he has a whole romance, or possible romance, because I mean, you don't have to go down the Crown Prince's route in the game. So it's like possible romance with the dark-haired villainess herself, Jane. Interesting. But yeah, so that is my rec for the day. Trying to give something completely unknown a chance. Okay. So that's everything there. All right, we'll go ahead and jump over to the gaming screen. Okie dokie. My desktop audio is on. Good to go. I have the music turned down so that I wasn't blasting in my ears while I'm trying to talk, because my ADHD does not like that. Also, let me calibrate here. Okay, hold on. Let me get situated. Okay. That should be good. Actually, let me scoot up. No shrimping. I will not shrimp. Okay. Oh, you're good. All right. So calibrate, looking over here. Okay. And turn this up to like 20. That's what I had it. Yeah, that seems decent. An OBS. Okay. Get out of settings and play. Mystery Meat. Let's go. Yeah, Japan Club was the last one that I played. Yeah. Okay. I'm back in my food innovations class. It's already bustling with students before the teacher arrives. As I settle into my seat, I spot Jeffrey snoozing on the desk next to mine. How could he be asleep at a time like this? I can't afford to miss even a second of class. The door swings open and Jamie enters in an upbeat mood. Hey, Moon Dalarum. You're here early. And you're looking cute. Getting a head start already? He takes the seat next to mine. Yeah, I'm still getting used to all these classes. I need whatever head start I can get. Pfft, ain't that the truth? You really should give yourself more credit, having transferred here and all. But if you're really struggling, I don't mind tutoring you sometimes. I've seen enough hentai to know what happens during a tutoring session. Let's go. Would you like help? Yes. Oh shit, this reminds me. I don't have my guide up. Where did I put that? You know what I'm talking about, yeah? Game demos? Yeah, it's right there. Sadly. Yeah. Yeah. Fun thing is, me being asexual, hentai doesn't really do much for me. But, you know, if you like anime, you've seen enough hentai, whether you wanted to or not. So it's like, every single time I saw a hentai that had a tutoring session, I'm like, oh, they're gonna fuck. And fuck they did. Fuck they did. Anyway, my guide. I'll put that over here. I'm so glad I have my 3 screens again. It's so nice. Okay. Jamie's walkthrough. Where am I in this? This is chapter 4. Mystery meat. Okay. Would that be too much trouble? Yes, that's the one. Yeah. I'm gonna get my boy Jamie. I don't care what it takes. Oh no, the ad break started. No, fuck off, ad break. Wait, is it starting? Because I also have ad break in progress. It ends in 1 minute and 30 seconds. So has it been going, or? Who will? Sometimes these notifications are a bit laggy, so I am not entirely sure. You're also subscribed, so... Oh well. I'll just go ahead and continue. Would that be too much trouble? Because I would appreciate reviewing a few things together. It's no trouble at all. Yeah, asking you doesn't really mean much. I've realized this a bit late. Like, hey, do you see any ads, Bacardi? What the fuck am I talking about? You're subbed. You're not gonna see ads. Oh, I'm an idiot. I have my stream on my PlayStation 4 going so that I can see ads. They are indeed going. Okay. What is the 6 of 8? Ugh, that's so many ads. But I guess like 3 minutes worth of ads, that would make sense. We'll jam out to the music until the ads are over. Vibin'. So as y'all know, I've been turning my stream clips into YouTube shorts and posting them. The funniest thing to me is that I of course can see the likes and dislikes ratios. And a lot of my shorts get dislikes. I mean, plenty of them get likes too. But the one that has the most dislikes, but also the most views, is the owlbear one. Just the first time I used the owlbear 2D model. And I was like, chirp, chirp, motherfuckers. Like, that's all really that short is. But people are like, oh, I fucking hate this. I'm like, what? What? I don't understand. I also don't really care, but it just made me laugh. Like, y'all like owlbear racists? I mean, what the fuck? What is not to like about owlbear cub 2D model saying chirp chirp motherfuckers? Okay, looks like we're back. I'll leave that little anecdote for the subbed people and the people who will watch the VOD. It's no trouble at all. In fact, it'll help me study more and get a lot of practice in too. Practice. Practice on me. Practice on me. I don't know what, but practice it on me. That's usually how I learn to memorize stuff. Like memorizing your body. Practice from Jeffrey? What, threesomes now? I didn't know we were going to introduce a third. I mean, I'm fine with it, but... Haha, how did you know? Okay. Anyways, just let me know when you're free and we can work on our homework together. Thanks for the offer, Jamie. Jeffrey raises his head and rubs his large, sleepy eyes. Are you okay, Jeffrey? You look tired. As Jeffrey stretches and mewls like a cat. Like, wow! That's what I'm imagining. Mules like a cat. Oh boy. Wait. I always fucking forget I have oh god, it's a control? Yeah. Meow! I'm Jeffrey! Meow! Don't be fooled, I'm not actually a cat. He stayed up last night playing games. Oh, okay. Well, valid. I mean, that's what I'm doing right now. I had to wear earplugs to go to sleep. He's exaggerating. I wasn't being that loud. That was the jerking off. He's just still sore about me ditching at Club Rush. He's still just sore about me ditching at Club Rush. Excuse me. Thanks for reminding me. He turns away from Jeffrey and pulls out his phone. Jeffrey shrugs and sinks back into his seat, turning back to me in a whisper. I'm used to Leo giving me the cold shoulder, but it's awkward whenever Jamie does it. What's it going to take for him to come around? Maybe you might just need to give him some time. Maybe, but it's really weird when you're sharing a room with him. This is why I don't want roommates, especially like roommates that share like the same room. Oh, I need my own space. Jeffrey shit. I just said shits. Jeffrey sits back in his seat. God. Jeffrey just shits. Performs a mating dance and shits. Anyway, suddenly my phone vibrates in my pocket. Okay, I guess this one? Who's messaging me during class? Oh. Hey, I need your advice. Should I make up with Jeffrey about him ditching at Club Rush? Yes, you should. Yes. Oh wait, he didn't like that? You're best friends, right? Make up already. Oh, no, I didn't want to get a minus. That's what it told me. Or, no, the second option? I don't understand this guide. Like, it doesn't show every dialogue option, so I pick the option that it shows. And it's a blue plus. That's Jamie, right? Why'd I get a minus? This guide is lying to me. Oh, exit. Jamie reads my response and gives me a nod before returning to his phone. Or maybe it's like he'll come around and like it later down the line. You damn well better. Did Jamie reply already? You know what? You're right. My mind can rest easy now, thanks. There you go. There you go. Now get in my pants. I put my phone away just as Leo enters the classroom. His eyes meet mine, but he quickly turns away and takes a seat in front of the class. The bell rings. After roll call, the teacher explains our next assignment. For this week, each group will be researching a current trend in food production. Groups will also analyze its effect on the future of the industry. I see Jamie nodding at the teacher's every word. He's such a little brown-noser. I love him. Meanwhile, Jeffrey is still napping at his desk. He's the opposite of a brown-noser. I also love him. The teacher has yet to notice him, or maybe he has, but he doesn't care. God, I wish that were me. There was only one class in high school I could... Thank you. There was only one class in high school I could ever, like, dare to take a nap in, and it was just for, like, the first, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, where we were doing, like, exercises or something. I would just, like, quickly get those puppies done, because it was, like, the only geometry? I think it was geometry. Yeah. Class led by this Spanish teacher who had a thick accent, but he was a really cool dude. And he turned off the lights because, you know, high school, old school projector, so you had to turn off the lights to see anything. And I went to a high school for most of my high school career. My last, like, half of a semester was spent where I live now, and it sucked. But for most of my high school career, I was in California. And it was like my graduating class would have been 3,000 students. So there was a lot of kids, and there was like no second levels. I mean, it was all like ground level and all basically like outside. It wasn't like an indoor high school where all the classrooms are like in the same building. They were all kind of like trailers on the outskirts, and then the like majority of the classes were just like their own little buildings, like little long buildings. So his was this one of the trailer ones? His might have been like close to the outskirts, so it was almost a trailer, but it was like a longer building. And there was a bunch of students in there, and we're always seated by like last name, and my last name, my legal last name, is towards the end of the alphabet, so I always got the fucking short end of the stick. I was just sat at a table that was like shoved against the wall at the side, but it was kind of nice because I got like my own fucking table, and I was just by myself, kind of off to the side. No one really paid attention to me. It fucking fantastic. So this was like close to the end of the day. I'd be fucking exhausted. So I would just kind of shut my eyes and like half snooze for like 5 to 10 minutes. I never went to sleep in high school. That was really the only class I could get away with it in. And I'm not really a nap person. So yeah, it wasn't even like full like sleep. It was like, I'm kind of aware of my surroundings, but I'm like, like the lucid dream version of sleeping, like lucid sleeping. I'm aware I'm not all there, but I'm still aware of where I'm at, kind of situation. Don't worry, my last name starts with a W, so I felt... Not to give too much away, but my legal last name also starts with the W. So yeah, exactly. But anyway, tangent over. A group report on the topic is due next week, so plan accordingly. I expect to see some effort or some extra effort on this project. The only school subjects I ever did like extra effort in was literature? No, English. The English class. And that was sophomore year, I think. Pretty sure. I liked most of my English teachers. My freshman one was pretty cool. We read a lot of like nice books that I really liked in her class. And then the one I had in sophomore year, she was just kind of like a tall but also kind of chubby, really laid back but nerdy like white lady. And she really liked doing like fiction based projects, so I was big on writing fan fiction. I still kind of am, or even just writing my own original fiction. So that's what I did. There was like one project where we only had to do like 2 pages to like write a story, 2 or 3 pages. That's all we needed for the fucking project. I wrote 25 and I put it in a binder and I drew my own cover for it. And ironically, I got an A on it, but I didn't get my project back because somebody stole it. I guess they liked it so much. I don't know. I put effort into everything except for chemistry because I hated it. And I mean, hated that teacher. I don't fucking blame you. I remember 7th grade? 7th grade. Yeah, I know. I was basically writing like a Full Metal Alchemist fan fiction, but with my own original, quote unquote, original story or characters for the story. But it was basically a Full Metal Alchemist like setting. Although I didn't actually mention alchemy in the story, not that I remember, but it was like in my head that was basically the setting, and I just fucking went for it. I thought it was like the best thing ever. If I were to see it now, I would probably like tear it in 1,000 pieces, light it on fire, then light my eyeballs on fire. Lord knows my grammar probably wasn't great. Back then I think I still confused loose, like L-O-O-S-E, and lose, L-O-S-E. I did like simple mistakes like that all the time. My goodness. I think I hit my microphone. Let me turn my gain back up. There we go. A little bit down. Okay. But yeah, so you asked me to like write a story and I would just fucking go. That was the ADHD before I was diagnosed with ADHD. Should have known way fucking sooner. Let me tell you. But yeah, anyway, about like the hating your chemistry teacher, I fucking understand that. Because in 7th grade, we had 2 teachers and they had like connecting classrooms. And they were just like the 2 bitchiest fucking older ladies ever. Like old Karens. Before I knew what a Karen was. They were awful. Oh my God. The science teacher, I don't even think she was like chemistry. She was the science teacher. This bitch, I was never a violent kid. Like, I was usually the kind of kid who like took people's bullying and just kind of like bit my tongue. There's only like a few times I ever like yelled, but I never like lashed back physically because I was usually like taller and bigger than people. So I was always scared of like hurting somebody. They were never scared of hurting me though. So fuck me, I guess. But yeah. But this teacher, oh my God, I was so mad at her one time. I almost like circled back around after the bell to end her class and went back in and punched her because last like 5-7 minutes of the class, I had finished the assignment or whatever. So there was just like free time. So I was just doodling on my own fucking paper and she comes up, rips the paper out of my like binder or whatever I had. And she's like, you need to be like working on work in class, not drawing. And then she throws it away. I was proud of whatever it was. I don't even remember anymore, but I was proud of it. That much I remember. And I was like, this bitch, I'm going to fucking murder you with my own 2 hands. And I almost did. Fuck. Just get angry just thinking about it. And then the other teacher whose classroom was like connected to hers was, what was she? History? She was something. Social studies? She might have been social studies. I don't even fucking remember, but she was also just like fucking the worst. She never ripped a fucking drawing out of my binder and then threw it away. But she was also just like overall grouchy and mean to everybody. I read so much manga in her class. She had no idea. I would just throw up the whatever textbook it was for her class, throw all manga inside of it and just read that instead. Because fuck her. All the memories. Thank you, Sifting Thyme, for bringing back that past pain. But anyway. She wasn't a Karen. She was just rude. Like she wanted to print out PowerPoints. She refused to print out PowerPoints and she hated color. Everything was black and white. There's no pictures. Like the only color was the beige. If you're a chemistry teacher, if you want people to be engaged with what the fuck you're trying to teach them, you're going to have kids with ADHD. You're going to have kids with just like focusing issues. You need color. You need things bright. You need things interesting. You need to draw the students in so they want to learn or at least absorb what you're trying to make them absorb. What fucking teacher is just this fucking bland and stupid? My God. Some people do not deserve to be teachers. Anyway, back to the game. Jamie swerves in his seat towards me. Sounds like we have another busy weekend incoming. It was awful, and oh my God, she cared so much about memorizing the periodic table. I mean, I guess, but like, unless you're gonna go into that field of study memorizing it, it doesn't really serve any purpose. Just serves her purpose of like, I guess kids knowing the periodic table for whatever fucking reason. Like knowing, I don't know, water or like lead, you know, things you're going to encounter in actual life on a daily basis or like a very common basis. Sure, those ones you can memorize and there's not a whole lot of them, but like things like rhodium and I don't know. That's the only one that I could think of that isn't very common. But yeah, you're not really going to encounter those or like need to know what they are in the periodic table. So some teachers I don't get at all. Waking up slowly, Jeffrey sinks in his seat and sneaks his phone from up his sleeve. He doesn't have long sleeves, so he's got it like shoved up in his armpit. Jeffrey, don't put your phone in your armpit. That's weird. He muffles a yawn. Just what we need, more work. It should be a crime to assign homework on the weekends. Honestly, yes. Yes, give me my weekends. Oh, come on, it won't be that bad. Jamie, it's the weekend. I don't want to do homework on the weekend. Between the four of us, we should be able to finish quickly. That's also true, though. Get it over within like an hour or something, and then you have the rest of your weekend. But still, I shouldn't have to do homework on the fucking weekend. Or during my summer breaks or whatever. But there's more important things to do on the weekends, like nap. Or play video games. Or I don't know, touch grass. My gaming backlog has gotten worse since school started again. Yep. Jeffrey gets it, my dude. You could still play after we're done studying. Nap while playing video games. Do the kind of napping I was doing in that geometry class where it's like you're asleep, but you're not. You're still aware of your surroundings. So, like, yeah, multitask. Be half asleep and play your video games at the same time. Catch up on some Z's and get those EXPs. You could still play after we're done studying. I'll even play with you after we're done. Does this mean you're finally over the whole club rush thing then? Jamie scratches his head as he ponders over his words, glancing quickly at me. I just give like a nervous thumbs up. Like that meme picture of the cat with the watery, teary eyes that has a little thumbs up. That's me. I think I'll be fine as long as you don't ditch us again. It was just that one time. I don't have any plans to ditch again anyways. Just remember, if I hadn't done it, Moon Dalarum probably wouldn't have been around to help save our club. This was supposed to be your job if you'd been there earlier. Or that was supposed to be your job if you'd been there earlier. But you're right, I'm glad things worked out and Moon Dalarum is applying to Japan Club, which is still such a silly name for a club. Japan Club. Bunch of weebs. While the teacher announces the other group's topics, I notice Leo scanning the classroom. He seems more alert than usual, probably hoping we'll be assigned something within his interests. As the teacher answers another group's questions, Jeffrey resumes his napping. Jeffrey really is like the most valid of them all. At this rate, I wonder if Leo, Jamie, and I will have to pick up Jeffrey's slack. Finally, the teacher addresses us. The next group will be Group 6, Jamie, Leo, Jeffrey, and Moon Dalarum. The four of you will be researching the upcoming trend of laboratory-grown meat? Like, laboratory cows? What? Jamie turns to me, unable to restrain his excitement. We actually got a great topic. Did we, though? Did we? Wasn't that also listed on our last group assignment? With robotic chefs and vertical farming? Artificial moose. Like, laboratory grown meat. What does that mean? Because I'm just thinking of like a laboratory setting, like Dexter's Laboratory, but with like cows and pigs. That's the one. We didn't get to research last time, so it's perfect for this project. Jeffrey finally stirs in his seat and peers up at us. If you know so much about it already, does that mean we'll be finished even sooner? There's still a lot to learn about it. We'll figure out where to start. I spot Leo approaching us. Without a word, he takes a seat and joins us. So, are any of you already familiar with laboratory-grown meat? Yes, somebody explain it to me, please. I look across at Jamie and Jeffrey, yet both keep silent. I know the basics about it. There's a few sites and articles I've read. That's not enough. Now here we go, Leo. Jamie pulls out his phone and starts searching online. Flipping my notebook open, I turn to Leo. Do you have a better suggestion then? Blah. My family has connections with a facility that produces lab-grown meat located not too far from here. Fantastic. Hook us up, rich kid. I could arrange a tour with them by this weekend. Great. Group date. Can you really get us in? As long as we respect the facility, I don't see why not. They have a good relationship with my parents. They're all fucking. Talk about some serious connections. That's what I'm saying. And it should make things easier for us to get more research done for our report. We just need to make sure we don't take much of their time. I'm in favor of not taking too much time. Yeah. I'm already giving up a weekend for this. I don't have much time either, so we should visit the facility as soon as possible. Maybe Saturday? We can head out in the morning. That's fine by me. As long as we have enough time to get our research in. What do you think, Moondalarum? Guide, what do you say? Okay, well, I'm just gonna trust the guide, even if I got a -1 for Jamie last time. Okay. Jeffrey didn't like that, but Jamie still liked it, so we're good. Smart idea. Goodness. I've been like so flummy this week. It's nuts. Let me get some water. Make it go away. We can get our research straight from the source. That's a great way of putting it. We're really lucky to have this opportunity. Thanks for offering, Leo. It's nothing, really. This should make it easier for us to ace the assignment. It still doesn't fix the whole homework on the weekend issue I'm having, though. The other alternative is you could stay behind while the rest of us go, and then you'll have to come up with your own research without us. And didn't you say you wouldn't ditch us anymore? Ugh. I don't like it when the two of you make sense. Well, we should start compiling questions for them ahead of time. Do we really have to? Okay, Jeffrey, I said you were the most valid, but now you're just getting kind of whiny. Like, just suck it up, my bro. We should at least try. They are chef's coats, because they go to a culinary school. The little anime chef boys. I'm trying to romance this one in the middle right here. Otherwise, what's the point of going? And they normally don't let students visit either. This isn't something you could book on your own, so I'd rather not go in unprofessionally. Look at that fucking pouty bitchy face. Is that your way of showing off to us? Let me better explain it on your terms. If we visit them, we'll be finished much earlier than if we tried researching everything online all weekend long. True. And I mean, it's like an hour, maybe 2. You take a tour, you get out of the house, I would say have fun, but I mean, a fucking laboratory meat place or whatever. Nah, I guess you could have fun if you just like seeing weird places. I have no idea what to imagine for this kind of place. But yeah, I mean, just like 2 hours, maybe 3 to like travel there and back and then get your research done. But like, that's it. That's all you need. Then you can spend the rest of the weekend doing whatever you want, Jeffrey. Yeah. When you put it like that, it's not a bad idea. That's what I'm saying. Leo leans in beside him. I can't hear you. What did you say? Oh, you're gonna be like that, huh? I said it's not a bad idea if it doesn't cost us anything to visit. And we'll be back before nighttime, right? Because still I have plans. Gaming plans, he means. Leo narrows his eyes at him. I don't expect for us to be there all day long. As long as we're concise with them and don't ask redundant questions. We need to be respectful of their time. So we're all in agreement then? Let's write some questions down to get started. We all open our laptops and begin our preliminary research to prepare for our visit. I still don't know what to think about lab-grown meat. Neither do I. Someone explain it to me. But there's only one way to find out. Do I gotta go through like the whole lab-grown meat tour to like find out what the fuck this is? Oh, are we going? I arrive at the front of the school transportation office bright and early on Saturday. To my surprise, I'm the first one here. I haven't been to this part of the school yet, but this should be the correct building, right? You're early again, Moon and Dalarum. Jamie rushes to me, clutching his backpack tight in his hands. I wanted to make sure I found the right place. Is Jeffrey with you? Yeah, he's just dragging behind. Dragging his dick on the ground, you know. I had to pull him out of bed this morning. He kept snoozing his alarms and it was driving me crazy. I mean, honestly, me. I was gonna wake up at 7:30 and I woke up at like 8:10 because I kept fucking snoozing my alarm. And this is PM because, again, I do now work overnight, so now I have an overnight schedule just overall. So that was like, it's like trying to wake up at 7:30 a.m., which I'm already not a morning person. So yeah, hitting the snooze button until like 8:10 sounds about right for me. He wasn't up playing games all night again, was he? Not this time. Sometimes he tires himself even when he's not doing anything. That's called chronic fatigue. You're gonna want to see a doctor for that. I look behind Jamie and see Jeffrey shuffling along. I'm not surprised he isn't a morning person. I mean, same. Like I just said, not a morning person. Wait. Oh no, he doesn't have his backpack or a notebook with him. I'm guessing you didn't double check to see if he happened to pack his stuff or bring it for the trip? Like his backpack, for example? Alarmed, Jamie turns around and scans Jeffrey. Ugh. We'll have him take photos and videos during the visit. Who are we kidding? He probably wasn't going to take great notes anyway. True. Might as well play to his forte. Jeffrey groggily waves his phone out at us. Every research crew needs a photojournalist anyway. He succumbs to another loud yawn. Ugh. Jeffrey, wake up. Just slap a bitch. You're driving today. You're making Jeffrey drive? I don't know about that. Put me behind the wheel, please. I turn around and see Leo coming in from the other direction with a cup holder of drinks. Coffee? I don't feel comfortable with Jeffrey driving so early in the morning. That's what you get for choosing who's driving with rock, paper, scissors. Oh god, we're gonna die. We're gonna die. This is gonna turn into a horror game. It's gonna be like Doki Doki Literature Club. Starts off bright and bubbly with cute girls and boys. And then horror. Well, I figured you'd be dead, so I brought you some coffee. Once it's pumped into him, maybe he'll be fine. I can smell the coffee as Leo waves the cup holder in front of Jeffrey's face. I see Jeffrey visibly perk up as he bounds to Leo and grabs a drink. Yes, sir. I will trade my driving services for coffee. Knowing your taste, this better be the good stuff. Leo rolls his eyes. He offers out a drink to Jamie, then another to me. That would suck if it was me, because I don't drink coffee, so I'd have to be like, just give it to Jeffrey. Really pump that caffeine into that boy, so he doesn't fall asleep behind the wheel and kill us all. I breathe in the fresh, pungent scent of coffee. I do not like the scent of coffee. It's a lot. Did you make this? It smells heavenly. Ugh. Of course. I French pressed this myself from some coffee beans I got from French press. Is that when you like ground the beans yourself? Okay there. While you guys trade notes on your addiction, I'm going to go pick up the car keys from the transportation office. Then we can hit the road soon. Oh, we get cars from the school? Fucking kind of school is this? I've never been inside a real laboratory before, but it's much larger than the classroom lab at Lincoln. This is exactly the environment I was imagining. So where is the meat? Where do you grow the meat? And what is the meat? Is it people? Soylent Green is people. There's not as many people inside since it's the weekend, except for a few scientists working overtime. Some barely cast a glance at us as we walk past on our way to the office. I try my best to follow without bumping into anything or making any noise. Looking over my shoulder, I see Jeffrey observing the room. He raises his eyebrows at the busy scientists, then shakes his head. I can't imagine working that much over the weekend. It's called being a fucking adult. It sucks. This is already enough for me. They've got really important jobs though. They gotta grow that meat. Whatever the fuck that means. And their efforts aren't going unnoticed. By who? The government? Has the government caught on that it's people? Jeffrey is about to open his mouth when Leo turns around and shushes him. Shh, shh. It's a library, shh. Fucking Leo is such a bitch. A man in a pristine lab coat stands at his office desk, ready to greet us. Thanks for getting in touch with us, Leo. How's school going? There's a competition I have to start getting ready for soon, but otherwise everything's going pretty well. Thank you for letting us visit on such short notice. That's excellent to hear. It's my pleasure to show you all around. Are these your friends? Glancing among us, Leo hesitates for a moment. Sure. Friends. Right. I have those. Yeah. This is Jamie, Jeffrey, and Moon Dalarum, my partners for this group project. And for life. And for life. The scientist offers his hand out to each of us. He can probably sense my nerves from my limp handshake. Are you kidding me? When I'm nervous, I go for the strong handshake. Just to like, cover that shit up. Limp handshake. Why does that sound gross? I don't know why. But just like a little limp hand, just like flop it into somebody else's hand and call it a handshake. Like a wet noodle. Thank you for the tour. I've been meaning to learn more about lab-grown meat for some time. So have I. So someone fucking explain it. Please. I am begging you. Really now? Yes. Then I hope you'll enjoy it. I've planned a surprise at the end of their tour for you all. No wonder they called this chapter Mystery Meat. It's gonna remain a mystery till the end, isn't it? A surprise? Oh god. Oh god. We're gonna become the mystery meat. Oh no. Oh no. Bad ending. Bad ending. I glance at Leo for answers, but even he looks surprised. Shall we get started then? If he doesn't know, we're definitely becoming the next mystery meat. The rest of the game is just, I don't know, the cops trying to find the murderers, trying to find the missing boys. Where did they go? What happened to them? And then I have to play the detective. And at the end, at the very end, I'll find my corpse. And then we'll find out that this was actually just a sequel to the Corpse Party games this whole time. As the scientist takes us room by room, Leo maintains a watchful eye over us. Jeffrey lags behind, sifting through his phone. Sifting! That's in the title! I peek over his screen and see him scrolling down several photos on Clickagram. Jamie notices too and shrugs at me in defeat. He pulls his own phone out to start recording. My god, Jeffrey, do one thing. Just one thing. So much for hoping that Jeffrey would at least act like he's interested. I pull out my notebook and start jotting down notes. The scientist leads us to a room where a small team of scientists are sitting. A scientist leads us to a room of some more scientists, because they don't have names. Sitting before trays of petri dishes and holding basters filled with a strange red liquid. Soylent Green, only it's Soylent Red. Soylent Red is people. This is a cellular agriculture laboratory, almost a library. It's been fitted with state-of-the-art technology used to cultivate animal tissues. We develop them into meat by providing them with warmth, sugars, salt, and protein. Okay. Okay. So what you're saying is you're actually making the components of meat to then make meat without having to like kill an animal? Is that what you're getting at? They will then grow into muscle, fat, and meat suitable for harvesting. Harvesting meat. That just sounds wrong. What's the liquid they're using? I'm telling you, it's people. It's a special serum used to make the cells replicate. As of right now, we've been able to make them replicate into simple but consumable structures. The scientist takes one of the petri dishes and places it on the counter for us to view. How long does it take for the cells to become meat? This also sounds gross. It takes about a few weeks to grow a few thin slices. Is that viable then? It depends on the structures, but we're experimenting on how to speed up the process. There you go. I noticed Leo observing the facility in a new light. His eyes are sparkling, much like Jamie's, but they have yet to notice each other's expressions. Because once they do, they'll start making out in the middle of the laboratory. I can't have that. I have to be making out with Jamie. This is some highly sophisticated equipment. Our freezers, serums, and everything in our environment needs to be to specification for a cell to grow properly, as if it were inside a living animal. And with this process, you don't have to harm as many animals. Okay, I get what they're saying. I still think it's people, though. That's the intention, but we're still some strides away from making complex food, like a New York steak. What's a New York steak? Like, what's the difference between a normal steak and a New York steak? I don't eat steak very often. It's a lot. Like, I like steak, but it's a lot. I have to have, like, a really tiny steak. And I also can't stand, like, the chewy bits. Ugh. Like, that texture between my teeth or on my tongue, just like, ugh. When you do, this could change the food production industry by the tenfold? I've never heard that turn of phrase before. One would hope so. He returns the dish to the other tray and ushers us to the next room. Oh god, AI. Oh no. Get the AI out of here. It's gonna steal all my anime art. An AI robot shaped like a large crane whirs as it places a petri dish onto another machine. And then starts drawing the anime art. That's what I'm saying. Jeffrey looks up from his phone. Oh, we got Jeffrey's attention. Oh hey, there's another robot. Except this isn't a robot chef. But he looks pretty fancy. Oh, Jeffrey wants to fuck this thing. He's already assigned it pronouns. The scientist chuckles as he slides past us. I know exactly what those are. I keep telling everyone we need a robot chef for our own amusement. To fuck? I mean, what does that mean? Leo tucks his notebook aside and approaches the machine from a distance. His eyes light up for once. The scientist brings us another petri dish over to the counter. This time with a thin slice of raw pink meat. I don't like it. This is one of our current samples of beef we've been cultivating. As you can tell, it looks very much like the real thing. Which other type of meat have you grown? We've tried several options. But since beef, chicken, and fish are the most popular, we've been focusing on those first. Once we've refined the process, we should be able to tackle even more diverse options. I've read that they've also been trying to make vegan-friendly meat. Wouldn't this be vegan-friendly? Like, isn't veganism just, like, not wanting to eat something that's been, like, hurt or comes from, like, slave labor and stuff like that? This is just people in a laboratory making what is essentially meat without having to kill an animal. So wouldn't that make it vegan? Or am I crazy? I'm not vegan, so I don't know for certain, but since the meat cultivated here technically doesn't come from slaughtered animals, it falls into a gray area. Again, I would think it would be just vegan. We'd like to hope it'll provide people with new options without compromising their moral beliefs. It's a more humane option, not to mention how much less energy is used compared to raising actual animals, and carbon emissions. Do you know how much cows fucking fart? That shit goes up into the atmosphere? My goodness. My goodness. If you've ever driven by like a field of cows with your windows down and it's just like a big old stretch of road that's just flat as fuck, that shit stinks. It sounds like an interesting alternative. Much less stinky too. Less farts. Less cow farts. These are the types of trends worth paying attention to. They'll likely have a huge impact on food production and even just the way we experience food. But will it really? I turned to find Jeffrey leaning against the counter, squinting down at the sample slice of beef. He's gonna eat it. Jamie and Leo almost exchanged glances until they noticed it with each other. How much does this all cost to make anyway? Yeah, that's the question. Is it cost efficient? Because if it's not, that kind of defeats the purpose. Well, not the purpose of like a lack of hurting animals, but like a lack of being a viable option. It's currently a little higher than we'd like it for it to be. Yeah, I figured. Our serums are expensive to develop, but we've been looking for alternatives. People. Jeffrey is suddenly more animated now. What's a ballpark price then? Some of our samples are still in the 100,000s. Fucking America's high-ass military budget, just cut some of that off and put it onto this. So we can all have the fake people meat. Did I hear that right? 100,000? 100,000. That's not much when you think about what goes behind it. I can't say I've ever had meat that costs even more than 100. I haven't had meat that costs more than like 40 bucks at most. And I think that was just buffalo meat, like a buffalo burger or something. Or was it the venison? When I first moved to where I live now, I didn't live in like the city area. I lived a more, I guess, rural-ish area. Let me just say, in California, I would have graduated with like 3,000 people. Then I had to spend my last semester of high school where I live, in the area I live now, in the rural-ish area, not the city area I currently occupy. But I graduated with 15 people over there, and they forgot me in the graduation slideshow. So, great. Fantastic. I felt so welcome. But, that is to say, there was one restaurant in that very, very tiny area that had like a good, it was like a venison. I want to say it was venison. Or was it, maybe it was chicken. I don't remember. It was some kind of meat. But it wasn't too expensive. It was like in the 30s. But like the way it was prepped and the restaurant itself was just kind of pricey for being the quote unquote only fancy restaurant in the area. And it, yeah, so like no more than like $37 have I ever spent on meat. To spend more than 100 is insane to me. And that's still low for quality meat, but like I can't imagine how much people pay for like Wagyu beef. Oof. Oof. That much, huh? So all this work for these little slices? Maybe some people will be willing to pay top dollar for that kind of meat. But how is that even affordable for the average person? I'm a little surprised you of all people would object to shelving that much for quality. I'd be down to invest in good meat if we can get more than 3 slices. He did say that they're still in the beginning stages, so I'm sure it's not their intention to stay that high. I mean, yeah, these kind of projects are going to start off pricey and not really viable as like a alternative, unless you like strike gold with an idea or something. But yeah, they're going to start off expensive and clunky and not really a great alternative. But with some innovation and some like new processes and stuff like that, you can figure out something, but still hundreds of thousands. Ugh. No, it isn't. It's taking some time and more progress, but we're on our way. And innovation often requires investment. Yeah, fucking rich people. They control the world. Jeffrey buries his hands in his pockets and studies the petri dish. Does it even taste like real meat? I fucking knew it. Jeffrey, you're gonna eat it, aren't you? Testers have said it does, but it's obviously still a work in progress. I mean, even if it tastes like mostly similar, that's all I care about. I like the Impossible Burger from Burger King, which is like a vegetable meat patty. And other than like a little bit of a texture that it kind of leaves in your mouth. And I'm like sensitive to textures, but it's not like a bad one. And it doesn't like stay there forever or anything. Like the whole day you're gonna just have it in your mouth. No, it's gone within like a little bit, but that's the only way I can really tell the difference. And maybe it like holds on to that like broiled, like fiery taste a little bit better, in my opinion. So I like it, but that's just me. Testers have said it does, but obviously still a work in progress. I imagine it's probably more of a psychological thing. You'll probably have to keep an open mind. Other substitutes for meat are slowly making their way to the market nowadays too. The Impossible Burger, that's what I'm telling you. Unless, of course, I find out the Impossible Burger is actually made of people. Like, this meat is probably actually made of people. Other substitutes for meat are slowly... Yeah, I just read that. More restaurants have begun adding it to their menus. Some people now have more opportunity to try these alternatives on burgers and other popular dishes. Just say the Impossible Burger. Or Impossible Whopper. Is that what it is? Yeah, Impossible Whopper. Still, I don't know. I know it looks like, or it looks sort of like real meat, but I can't imagine it tasting exactly alike. Especially after having real quality meat, your palate will be able to tell the difference. He inches even closer to the dish. He's going to put it in his mouth. I am waiting for it. Be honest, Moondalarum. Does this really look appetizing to you? I mean, if it's not cooked and it's just like in a petri dish. I bite my lip. It's not going to be perfect from the start, Jeffrey. I'm sure it tastes alright. I'd rather have it knowing that it's better for the environment. The animals aren't even harmed when they collect their cells. Considering the bigger picture, the technology could also help to meet the high demands for current consumers. Or from current consumers. And like, what about like, impoverished? Impoverished? Oh god, the word. Impoverished? I am blinking. How the fuck do you say that word? Oh, I had it right the first time. Impoverished. Is that how it's pronounced though? Why does that sound wrong to me? Merriam-Webster. Impoverished.
Impoverished.
Impoverished. Yeah, I'm saying it right. I'm just fucking crazy. Okay. Okay. God, it's like sometimes I'll say the word like with, and I'm like, why does that sound wrong? But it's not wrong. Just one of those brain fart moments. Oof. It can help even on an international level. A seasoned chef should also be willing to try and keep up with new innovations. Wait, are they actually agreeing with each other? I never would have expected for the two of you to get so heated over fake beef. Leo and Jamie stop at once. The moment they cast eyes on each other, they shuffle away. I was gonna say they shuffle closer. They're wetting their lips with their tongues, and then... But no, they shuffled away. On opposite sides of the counter. Ugh, boring. You should have made out. Leo swells and takes a sharp breath in Jeffrey's direction. Wait, what? Let me read that again. Leo swells. He got hard? And takes a sharp breath in Jeffrey's direction. That's like turning to someone going like... The way this scene played out in my head just now is just wild. It's not fake, Jeffrey. Oh, the sharp breath is like... I'm about to mansplain at you. We really shouldn't make a show here. You said so yourself, Leo, that we should act professionally and all. That was before he insulted the meat. Still, he has the right to an opinion. as long as it isn't insulting their work or their hard work here. Agreed. I know it's different and all, but I don't mind it. How do you feel about laboratory-grown meat, Dalaran? Oh god, here we go. I mean, yeah, it seems promising. It's imperfect now, but as I say, big things have small beginnings. I could say something about that. Great things have small beginnings. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna hang on to that in my head. And costs shouldn't be as much of an issue in time, especially as they refine the process. But don't you care about how it tastes? I guess we'll eventually find out soon enough. Well, not to spoil the whole surprise just yet, but you'll get the chance to find out for yourselves in a moment. You're gonna eat people. Or each other. Clutching my notebook, I follow behind them to the next room. Already there are bowls filled with colorful vegetables laid out on a counter along with 4 empty plates. As I approach the counter, I spot several tiny slices of beef mixed in and marinade in a small bowl. Is that really lab-grown meat? It looks like Korean barbecue. Korean barbecue! Fuck yeah. Light that shit up. Yes, that's the very one. Let's make skewers. We usually do this for our prospective clients, but I figured that this would be beneficial to your research. He turns the stove on and starts drizzling the pan with oil, seductively. We greatly appreciate it. Did Leo finally say we? I've also laid out some side dish options, all organic, of course. I trust you're all reasonably experienced enough to make them together. That and our in-house chefs are off today. I turn to them, wondering where to start. Slipping his hands out of his pockets, Jeffrey slinks next to me and hands me a pair of tongs. Jamie grabs a bowl and stands before the sweltering pan. The scientist supervises us from the doorway as we each choose our side dishes. We each take turns sautéing each of our options, or our choices, trying not to fumble in front of each other, or fumble each other. As I wait my turn, the bowl of marinated meat stares back at me. I'm telling you, it's people. There's an eyeball in there. It's literally staring at him with just like one eye. As I wait my turn, the bowl, stares back at me. Right. Why does this feel like being in the middle of a test? It's not long before there's a simmering stack of bell peppers on my plate. Ugh, I hate bell peppers. As I approach the bowl of meat, I notice that the 3 of them standing behind me. It's only fair to let you have the first slice. I pick a slice up with the tongs for a closer inspection. But like, did I cook it? Did we cook it? I don't remember hearing or reading that we cooked it. I'm not into raw meat. It's pink like normal meat, and the marinade makes it look even more inconspicuous. I'm not sure how weird it would be if I tried to smell it, but it doesn't smell bad from here. I plop it down on the pan and watch it simmer. There we go. Okay, we're cooking it. God, I thought I was supposed to like eat it right there. No, thank you. Leo takes the next slice. He barely examines it before placing it beside mine. Feeling that confident? I already know how it'll turn out. Jimmy picks up his slice with a smile and inhales its scent. The marinade should make it taste even better. Just watch, you'll be asking for seconds, Jeffrey. Smirking, Jeffrey nudges the tongs in my direction. Maybe I'll change my mind if someone more talented cooked it for me. He's trying to put me in the kitchen. I'm not a kitchen wife. I quickly lay his slice down in the pan. There, happy now? One by one, we each take turns flipping our slices until they cook into a familiar color and a crisp texture. Crisp? So how much are we frying this? I glance at the clock. The slices are cooking at the same rate as normal meat. Jamie signals us around the pan. It should be time now. I take my slice back to my plate first, then the rest follows suit. Once I position it among the vegetables and throw a little garnish on it, it starts to look like a real dish. I know it's Leo and Jamie also garnishing their plates, both looking just as appealing. Yet Jeffrey's plate is still empty. Aren't you going to try it? You try first. I trust your opinion. That's not the point. You should try it yourself. Or are you that afraid? Jeffrey feigns a yawn. But what are you talking about? I'm not afraid. It shouldn't be an issue to try it then. At least try it for the project's sake. It's not every day you get to try something like they're this exclusive. Imagine telling everyone online you're one of the first testers before anybody else. He has a point, Jeffrey. But what if it's not good? Then it's not good. You spit that shit out. Just fucking put the meat in your mouth, Jeffrey. Put it in your mouth and swallow. How will you know until you've tried it? Jeffrey bites his lip, deep in thought. Before he can answer, Leo plops a fistful of roasted carrots on his plate, followed by his slice of meat. Jamie tosses a piece of garnish. Yeah, tosses a piece of garnish to top it off. Together, they set the steaming plate before Jeffrey. Now then, let's stop wasting time. He leans into his plate. I grab a fork and pick up my slice. Closing my eyes, I take a bite. I start chewing, not sure what to expect. Whoa, it does taste like beef. I open my eyes to find both Jamie and Leo nodding in my direction as they chew. They each go for another bite. Impressive, just as I thought. Wow, that's not bad at all. The marinade makes it even better. How are you feeling about it, Moondalarum? Let me try it again. I take a second bite of the same piece, chewing even slower this time. Beef again. There is something different about it, but... It's not the best I've had, but it's got a lot of potential. There's plenty of potential here. In time, I'm sure we'll see this served at 5-star restaurants. That's still not really encouraging to hear. I'm talking about how it tastes right now. It's unrealistic to expect it to taste exactly like steak right off the bat. It's going to take some time, but I'm sure you've had way worse considering you'll eat anything. I noticed Jeffrey still eyeing his plate without moving a muscle. Are you really not going to try it? I'm still waiting for the part where it comes to life and we're now in a science or sci-fi horror movie. He knows what I've been saying this whole time. Jeffrey can hear me. He's the Monica of this game. I'm still waiting for the part... I just fucking read that. Jamie stands beside him and examines the meat closely, his eyes wide. It's harmless, Jeffrey. I think you've been watching too much stuff. Just don't be knocking on my door when this thing mutates and comes for you. Did you forget we're roommates? Don't bother with him anymore. It's not worth trying to convince him at this point. Still chewing, Jamie inches the plate towards Jeffrey. It's really not that bad. It'd make a decent food pick too. Your followers might not even be able to tell the difference. Jeffrey pulls out his phone and sifts through the filters on his camera. Well, you're not wrong about that. And there's some nice filters here I can use to make it look even more appealing. And you can add a caption with something along the lines, "Trying some mystery meat today." Mystery meat makes it sound gross, but I know I could come up with something better for your caption. By all means do it then. Just try the beef first. Just put the meat in your mouth, Jeffrey. Eat the meat. Jeffrey puts his phone away and puts on a brave face as he picks up his fork. He takes a tiny bite off the edge of the slice. Fucking the tiniest little bite. Before swallowing the first one, he takes another larger bite. Huh, that's weird. It tastes like people. Jamie rests against the counter, watching intently. Oh no, how's it weird? Jeffrey takes another hearty bite, but stops before entirely finishing the whole piece. It's still weird, but it's really not that bad. It's actually kind of good. He pulls out his phone again and poses next to his plate. If the beef's this good, maybe the ground beef will be really good as a burger. The shutter goes off as Leo rolls his eyes. How quickly you've changed sides. I didn't say I love it, but I do like it. It'll be even better once it's more affordable and you can produce more of it. That would be a good thing, but this is a start. At least you don't hate it anymore. I watched them each take another bite. We should have plenty of info now for our research report. We really can't thank you enough for the tour. It's been my pleasure. Watching these young, handsome boys put meat in their mouth. I'm glad to see you all enjoyed it. If it's possible, I'd like to visit again to see some of your other projects. You're more than welcome to stop by again, Leo. I noticed Leo gazing out into the laboratory from the glass door, fascinated by the other mechanisms. I spot Jamie finishing the last piece of his plate, vegetables and all. This really could change things for the food industry in a matter of time. I wonder if Tyler's cafe would ever serve this. What will Tyler think? Let's find out. Is that it right there? They drew kind of questionable looking. I guess if I had more like lines on it, it would really look like Korean barbecue. Doesn't this look tasty? Don't tempt me. Did you get to eat that? Only if I can fork up 300k. Are you joking? I wish. Was that it? I just fucking leave him on that? Okay. Jeffrey slides past the counter and lands next to me. He is holding his plate with one hand and a camera in the other. As soon as the camera flash goes off, Jeffrey starts working on a caption for his newest post. I can't wait to read the comments and see what people think. You know who Jeffrey reminds me of? Excuse me. If any of you have seen Carol and Tuesday, the Netflix anime, I call it the space lesbians American Idol anime. There's during the like American Idol part of the show, the kind of like later end of the show, there's a male contestant who's kind of like a fuckboy, always like on the Instagram and like always live streaming his shit, but he's like actually kind of like a sweet guy. Yeah, that's who Jeffrey reminds me of. He's even got like the fuckboy energy and the light hair and everything. What was that guy's name? Carol and Tuesday characters. It's like Peter, something like Peter, but like Pietor or something, I think. That's what I think it is. Where's like a whole list? I don't want a tier list. I just want a list. Okay, we'll go to the wiki, I guess. Oh wait, there he is. Yeah, it's like Pyotr. Pyotr? Pyotr. It's spelt very weird. Pyotr. Yeah, that guy. That guy actually had like green hair. I thought he had like blonde hair in my head, but yeah, green hair. But it's still kind of styled like Jeffrey. So yeah, Jeffrey, you remind me of that dude. I wouldn't be surprised if Land Grove Meat starts trending online tomorrow because of Jeffrey. Chuckling to himself, he goes around the room taking extra photos of the lab. His camera goes off right as Jamie is about to take another bite. Perfect timing. You look like you got caught red-handed in this pic. Wait, let me see. Still chewing, he takes a pic at Jeffrey's phone. That one's not bad. Should I take another? As Jeffrey gets his camera ready, Jamie repositions himself behind the table, this time raising his plate to show off the food better. How's that? Looking good. Now take off your shirt, and then your pants, and then keep going. While taking additional photos of the remaining ingredients on the table, Jeffrey spots Leo resting by the table. Yo, Leo, turn around and look at me. What for? Jeffrey aims his phone camera at him. Don't you want a little memento? Leo remains silent as he ponders. Come on, it's to commemorate the day, or today. I don't even know why I'm offering, but better take it or leave it. Fine, just one photo. But you better swear you won't just tag me on Clickagram and call it a day. You don't want anybody else to see it? No, it's because I want to post it on my own feed. You can send it to me later. Oh, he's got some fuckboy in him too. Okay. Should I send it with a formal letter and everything? Jamie scoots away from them and turns to me, holding back a laugh. His voice lowers to a whisper, right in my ear. For someone who really didn't want to take a photo earlier, he's really excited. The two of us stand aside as Leo carefully plans out his pose. He does a quick run-through of his position as Jeffrey brings up his phone once more. All set, Mr. Perfect? Just make sure that you get all the food in the shot. No sweat, I've got you. Now give me your best chef-tacular smile. Oh God. Okay. I am like 90% dad puds, but even that made me like, okay. Leo struggles not to react as he poses in front of the table of steak and vegetables. I see Jeffrey take multiple shots, switching between color filters. Now that I think about it, I could sell these prints of you and make a killing since you're so popular. Releasing his pose, Leo glares at him from a distance. You better be joking. That boy is going to sue you if you do that. Relax, I won't stoop that low. But it's hard to tell with me. I feel better if you just sent me that photo right now and then deleted it from your phone and then threw your phone in a fire. Just for, you know, safety measures. Not until I finish taking close-ups of the grilled beef. Evading Leo, Jeffrey continues to hover around the table taking more photos. Jamie finishes jotting down the last of his notes. Closing his notebook, he turns to me. Maybe we should start wrapping things up before Jeffrey gets on Leo's nerve. I think you're right. At this rate, or at the rate things are going, that might be really soon. Yeah, no shit. As I begin putting away my notebook in my bag, my phone starts to ring. I fumble around, searching for my phone. I see a text message come in after the call stops. Who is calling me? Help! You're my only hope. Oh God, oh God, Tyler's in jail again. Really? Who's calling me? Wait, what? No, what's wrong? Hello? Really? Really? You end the conversation there? Ugh. Is everything okay, Moondalroom? No. I hope so. I should check this, or I should take this and check. I'll be right back. I excuse myself from the lab kitchen and make my way outside of the room as the phone keeps ringing. As soon as I am on the other side of the door, I hastily answer the call. Oh, this fucking song again. Still reminds me of, Listen to your heart. Yeah. Listen to your heart. If it's calling to you. It's got that same tempo and everything. What's the matter, Tyler? Are you okay? Hey, you answered. I inspect the cafe behind him, but nothing seems out of place. I thought it was an emergency. If it really was one, I wouldn't have used a movie quote to ask for your help. I mean, people of our generation will do anything with memes. You really had me fooled. Tyler, you really had me fooled. I was hoping you weren't hurt. Aw, you were worried about me? At least I know now you care if something ever does. Haven't we been friends for like ever? You should know that by now. Not for long if you keep playing tricks on me. Fair enough. I won't do it again, so you can keep on caring. So, if it's not an emergency, what's going on? I just wanted to catch up with you, that's all. It's been awfully quiet lately without you and your grumbling stomach around. Also, how can you even afford to feed yourself when steak costs $300K? He peers at my uniform. Wait, why are you wearing your uniform? It's the weekend. Well, because, you see, I went on this weird date with 3 guys, and we all ate mystery meat. It was wild. I noticed his gaze flutter towards something else on my screen. Wait, who's that? I suddenly hear a familiar... Wow, my mouth just fucking quit. Hold on. Okay. So much talking. I suddenly hear a familiar voice coming from behind me. Is everything cool, Moon Dalarum? Who's the elf-looking guy? Elf-looking guy? Would I say he looks like an elf? Oh, it's Tyler talking. Does Jeffrey look like an elf? I mean, I guess okay. It's not every day you see a guy with like silver hair. Elf looking. Do you need glasses, bro? Jeffrey, get over here. Tyler's eyes widen as Leo and Jamie appear behind me. And who are these guys? There's 3 of them? Your new boyfriends? You're cheating on me? What do you think? Yeah, what do you think you're doing with them at where are you even? They can hear you, Tyler. I have it on speaker. Oh wait, isn't that Leo? I didn't know you were hanging out with him. You look concerned about that. Leo keeps his distance as Jamie tries to prod Jeffrey to head back to the door. Sorry for interrupting, Moon Dalarum. We just wanted to make sure everything was okay. Everything's fine. I'll be back in the room in a few minutes. Cool, we'll wait for you there. Jeffrey and Jamie sneak a quick glance at Tyler on my phone screen before heading inside. If you need anything, just holler. We'll be right out. Jeffrey gives one last leer at Tyler, then coolly struts to the door. Tyler refuses to look away from them till they're all back inside. With a sigh, he turns back to me. Are these like X's? I mean, it's very weird. Lab? What did you mean by lab? What's going on? They're experimenting on me, Tyler. They're putting me in a test tube and everything. Why didn't you tell me you and Leo were talking? Do you know Leo? I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since I played it. Do they have past? Are their restaurants like competitors? And who are those other guys? We're just visiting a lab for a school project. Today was the only day we could go. Leo's in my group and we arranged the whole thing. Well, that makes sense. I just didn't know you'd met a lot of people already. Weren't you the one encouraging me to make new friends here? Yeah, but I'm just making sure you're okay. I didn't know who the other guys were besides Leo. But visiting a lab sounds really interesting. Is it far from school? It was a bit of a drive, but not too bad. It's actually not that far from home. Maybe like a half hour away? Why didn't you say so earlier? Do you have to head back to Lincoln now, or do you have time to hang out here at the cafe? It'd be nice to see you. Cafe date. Cafe date. Let all the boys meet. Cafe date. Well, we carpooled to the lab, so I'll have to ask them. They're welcome to grab a bite here if they're up for it. It'd be a shame if you came this far without catching up for a bit. What do you think? It would be nice to see you. That's true. It'd be nice to see you. Same here. Jokes aside, I really do miss you. I was just thinking the other day when I'd be able to see you again. It might be a lot sooner than you thought. I'm already looking forward to it. You can fill me in on all the new friends you've made and what you've been up to. You will be meeting them, so... Other than, like, Robin, the non-binary person, who I think I'm roommates with, you'll be meeting everybody. Not going to lie, it would be super cool to have Leo show up at the cafe. So just bring it up to them and see what they say. I'm sure we'll be able to figure something out. My mom will be excited to see you, too. It'll be nice to see her. I'm going to head back into the room and talk to the guys now. I'll text you later. Hopefully I'll see you soon, Moon Dalarum. After hanging up, I head back inside the lab. I find the rest of the guys waiting near the door, all on their phones. As soon as Jeffrey and Jamie hear me enter, they set their phones aside and rush up to me. Leo glances at me, then returns to his phone, watching from the corner of his eye. Sorry for barging in on you like that. We were just worried. Did something bad happen? I thought at first, but it was just my friend Tyler hoping to catch up since he thought I was free today. Is he the friend that you told us about before? The one whose parents own the cafe? That's Tyler. The cafe isn't too far away from here, actually. Wait, that's him? What was his problem earlier? He had no chill. Sorry, Tyler sometimes blurts out things. So you're sure he's a nice guy? I literally grew up with him. I think. I'm pretty sure that's our backstory. He invited us to stop by and eat at the cafe before we head back. Leo looks up from his phone. He said that? Do you think we can do the detour? I don't have a problem with it. The cafe looked really nice from the pictures we saw, and the food looks great. And it's almost dinner. Dinner date. Dinner date. Any objections? Objections, Leo? Like you said, it's almost dinner. I haven't checked out this cafe for myself, but I assume you can vouch for the food quality, Moondalarum. I can recommend it, but it might be better to judge it for yourself. A taste test, I'm down. Okay, Leo and Tyler? Ship? We can channel our inner food critics. Come on then. We should get going now. We got an M dash, so someone's about to interrupt, and I assume it's gonna be Jeffrey. Yep. Fucking nailed it. Hold it. I don't know if I want to go to some guy's cafe if he thinks I'm some elf thing. Dude, elves are like the prettiest things in fantasy worlds. What are you complaining about? He was calling you handsome. Or whatever he called me. Crossing his arms, he turns to me. As he is about to speak, his stomach lets out a loud rumble. Everyone goes silent besides him. Keeping a stoic face, he turns to me once again. Or once more. We'll go eat there as long as you tell him not to call me an elf anymore. You don't like me calling an elf? I'm Jeffrey, not some fantasy character. I wish I was a fantasy character. I had to become a VTuber in order to achieve that dream. And if I was one, I'd be a prince, a knight, or a dragon slayer. How dare you, sir? Do not slay dragons. Fun fact about me, I have a weird emotional trigger, and it's watching dragons die. With like the exception of Smaug from The Hobbit, if I see a dragon die, I just start weeping. I have no idea why, but that's how I am. You kill a dragon, I will kill you. So, Jeffrey, you're on thin ice. I'll try to get him to apologize. Jeffrey, you really think you'd be one of those? I always picked you for the court jester or a troubadour type. What is a troubadour? I know I've heard this word before. Troubadour? What is this? What is the meaning of the term troubadour? One of a class of lyric poets and poet musicians, often of knightly rank, who flourished from the 11th to the end of the 13th century, chiefly in the south of France and the north of Italy, and whose major theme was courtly love compared to Travia. That was the first definition. The second one is a singer, especially of folk songs. Or the village fool, but that's irrelevant. Irrelevant? There we go. I say that word all the time. I don't know why my mouth got tripped up. Let's head out now before I change my mind. Sounds good. Thanks, guys. As we prepare to leave the lab, I gather the rest of my things and check my phone one more time. Did they post their pics? Okay, Leo does look very cute right here. I'm not gonna lie. The future is now. Food science. Cloned meat. Okay. Food inspiration. No photo cred? My services are cheap, you know. I miss you. When will you be back on the East Coast? Is that like his mom? The future is meow, but I'm not ready. Who the fuck? Seeing Leo's post, I glance up from my phone to take a peek at him. To my surprise, he's already left the room and has headed towards the car. I quickly finish gathering my things before heading out with the others. I'll have to send a message to Tyler once we hit the road, letting him know that we're headed to the cafe. What will he think when he finally meets everyone? To be continued. That chapter felt really long. We will save, and now we're gonna move on. The Korean Barbecue Brigade. Oh, I like the name of that one. There are a lot of chapters here. So we got one. Oh, I guess I gotta count this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got 10 chapters left. Okay. We'll try to do like 2 or 3 chapters next week. So we'll just do the one today so I can move over to, yes, I did save, so we're good. So I'll go ahead and exit this. Exit, yes. There it goes. And let me change the category to, not pocket watch, pocket mirror.